okay, my core is right here. I just have these muscles. But your cores, you have your transverse, abdominis, obliques, and all the way back here. This is your core too. So think of your core as a barrel. So we're gonna work those back muscles and the front muscles, okay? And then simple things that can cause this is bad alignment and not doing the exercises right. Or maybe you go to like YouTube and you find an exercise and it's like, oh, do like 10-minute abs, but it'll be like really hard things that you don't have proper core control. And so these are going to be simple things that you can do in your bed. And then we'll kind of build off those. And then we'll do a short little circuit. And common things that can happen. If you experience low back pain a lot, do you experience that at all? Like where you get like pulling right here? Yeah, okay. So one of the things that can happen is that it's because these muscles have either separated. So we're going to do just a little test to see how much separation you have there, if you have any. And what we're kind of looking for is a gap. So we're going to go over that now. I'm going to try to move my camera down so you can see me. Okay. So we're going to lay on our back. And what we're going to do, you might need to lift your shirt up, okay? And we're going to keep the knees bent, feet are flat. You're going to have your fingers above your belly button. You're going to press down with the fingers, and you want to use 3 fingers right above the belly button. And you're going to lift your head, neck, and shoulders, right? And then your muscles will close in. How many fingers are in that gap? So make sure your fingers are sideways, okay? So above the belly button, lift the head, neck, and shoulders. Okay, and for me, I have about a finger and a half. Do you notice how when you lift up that there's a little gap at all? No gap? So make sure that your fingers are right here and they're going across. 2. Okay, see, and I only have I have about a half a finger, 1 finger, okay? And I'll tell you why, because I do these exercises, because I've had a baby. So it definitely probably hasn't always been like that. So one thing that we won't do in this class is a lot of things where your core is hanging down, right? Like that. We're going to do a lot of things on our back so that at least one part of your core is always protected, either the back or the front. Okay, so now that you know that, we're going to move on to a breathing exercise. Very similar. You're going to take 2 to 3 fingers, and you're going to put them right here, right above your hip bone. You're going to press in, okay? And you're going to be laying on your back when we do this. I'm just standing up to show you so you can see how I'm doing that. What we're going to do is called elevator breathing, okay? So what it's going to look like is you press air into your lower belly and draw it down, okay? So we'll do that on the ground. We're going to do that about 10 times. So put the fingers here. You're going to inhale, lift your belly up, draw the belly down, and you're squeezing right here where your fingers are pressing. So we're going to press air up and down. Do that 8 more times. It's kind of like the pressure we're talking about. We're forcing air down and drawing air back in. You can do that 6 more times. Up and in. Up. 4 more times. 3 more times. Last 2. And the last one. Okay, very good. So now there's muscles right there that you're telling to open and to close. Open and to close. So you are working those muscles by doing that, okay? So this is one of those elevator breathing. You can do it on your floor, in your bed, okay? The next step, what I want you to do is just gently press your fingers there, and you're gonna do a pelvic tilt. So make sure that there's no space, and you're gonna tilt the pelvis, okay? And you're gonna hold and relax. Inhale, tilt, hold, and relax. Inhale, tilt, exhale, and relax. We do that 5 more times. And relax. We're doing about a 3-second hold. Okay, 2 more. And last one. Very good. Okay, so that's the basics. We're always going to start this class with the breathing and the tilted pelvic. So now we're going to take the fingers, keep them there, and we're going to do a single leg heel slide. So now we're in a tilted position. Make sure no air is in your belly. So it should look kind of flat. How you can tell is lift your head, neck, and shoulders. If you get a big bulge, then that means you have air in your belly, and it's causing pressure, and it's going to cause your abdominal muscles to separate. Think of it like air in dough or something. It's not, it's going to create pockets and holes. We don't want that. So take an inhale, exhale, draw, and tilt the pelvic. And you're going to take one leg in and out. In and out. And you can actually lift your head just a little bit as you do this. And you're just dragging that heel along the floor and using these core muscles to bring it back in. You don't have to keep your head up the whole time. Just kind of to check and then relax back down. 2 more. And last one. Okay. Take a rest. Inhale. Exhale. Tilt the pelvic back in. And you'll slide on the other side. 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. This is one of those you really have to think, okay, am I using these muscles? And that's where that finger press kind of helps. Four, 3, 2, last one. All right, very good. Okay, now you wouldn't think of this for a glute bridge, but a glute bridge is also a great way to work that pelvic tilt and your core. And it's working your glutes, but we're going to do that well. So I want you to do palms open. You're going to inhale, exhale, close the gap on the floor, tilt the pelvic, and then lift up. Now notice we want this to be flat. We don't want it to be pushing out and down. And we're going to go slow tempo. 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. I'm going to do 5 more. 3, 2, 1. Now we're going to relax and then go back up to the top and hold static. So inhale, exhale, tilt the pelvic, lift up, and you're going to hold here. Now, this is an isometric hold. So now we're just telling our body to stabilize. Our glutes are squeezing, our core is engaged. And now you can kind of tell your core and your glutes are working together to protect that low back. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax. We're going to stretch everything out. Okay, we're going to move on to a little bit harder core moves, okay? But these are also kind of our basic. So what we're going to do is called a dead bug. So our legs are straight now. So what's going to happen is that gap between your low back is going to be more prominent. So you're still going to have to tilt the pelvic and make sure there's no air in your belly. And what we're going to do is we're going to take the left leg and the right arm, and we're going to lift and lower. So that leg is bent. We're going to do 10 slow reps. 5, 6. I'm making sure to breathe. Exhale, up. Watching that core to make sure it doesn't hold up. 3, 2, and 1. Now you should really start to feel that firing. We're going to do the other side. Inhale, exhale, tilt and lift. Right leg, left arm. So we're telling the core to help lift that leg. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1, and rest. Stretch it all the way out. Very good. Okay, now we're gonna take it a step further. So we're gonna do palms back out, and we're going to draw the feet in flat, and we're gonna tilt the pelvic, exhale the air out, lift the right leg, lift the left leg. Now notice, now your back's really close to the ground. We're at 90 degrees. Now you might notice that it's harder to keep your stomach flat. That's because you lifted your legs, okay? So it's flat again. So just make sure you exhale all that air out, okay? And now we're gonna do heel taps. 3, 2, 1. Slow, pull. Now, pull from that muscle that we've been pressing on. Don't use your hip flexors. We're going slow. We're alternating right and left. A little more challenging. Keep that core drawn in. Anytime you need to inhale, your legs should be up, not down. We got about 5 more. Should really feel that core firing up now. 3, 2, and 1. Now we're going to tuck it into a ball, okay? So some of my clients, when they're working out with me, they'll just flop their legs down. That's one thing you don't want to do for your core, okay? Because it can cause that pulling and separation. And really just make the hip flexors mad. So after you get done with the core move, try to change how you relax. Try to relax in the ball and then set your feet down, okay? Okay, we're gonna lift the legs back up and just do a little stretch on the side. So you're gonna cross the right leg over the left, palms open in a T, and you're gonna rotate to the left. Might feel your back crack a little bit. We're gonna do that a couple of times. 3, 2, 1. Back in. 3, 2, 1. We're just going to the left. You notice that your low back and your transverse is pulling. Because now, it has to because only one side is able to stabilize. All right, tuck. And now we're going to switch left over right, 90 degrees, arms in a T, and rotate to the right. 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. This, for some reason, always pops my back, which is a nice feeling, especially after you just get out of bed. All right, very good. Tuck into a ball. All right, we're going to take it a little bit harder, so we're going to go up into 90 degrees. The legs are going to be together. Okay, make sure that that low back is nice and tight. Now, we're going to work that separation a little bit, okay? So we're going to have to take our arms down by our hips. You're going to have to do a cleansing breath, so get all that air out. And lift up. So head, neck, and shoulders are lifted up. Very good. And what we're going to do here is just fan the arms up and down. Up and down. Up, 2, down, 2, up, 2, down, 2. 5 more. Make sure you keep that air out. 3, 2, 1. And we're going to hold the arms down, and we're going to take the knees in and out. Draw down. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Back into a ball. Relax the head down. All right. Next up, we're going to take it a step farther. We're going to alternate those legs in and out. So first watch me. We're going to lift up. Knees at 90 degrees. Make sure that you draw that core down. No air in your belly. And we're going to alternate legs. Out, in. Now, draw the leg in with that core. This should be fire. You should really feel this. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Tuck it into a ball and relax. Okay. I don't know about you, but your core should be working. It should be working. We've got one more like this, and then we're going to flip over on our back, or excuse me, on our stomach. Okay, so take a cleansing breath. Exhale, draw that belly button back down. Lift the legs 90 degrees. Arms are going to come up overhead. Up overhead. And we've got head, neck, and shoulders lifted. Now we're going to put it together. So we're going to go down, up, down, up. Exhale. Exhale. 5, 4, 3, tuck it in. We've got one final move, an isometric move. I want you to watch me first. I'm going to show you what you're going to do. Inhale, exhale, lift up, knees up, arms up. You're going to open and hold, okay? I want you to hold until you feel like I'm losing that engagement. It's probably going to be like maybe 20 seconds, okay? So inhale, exhale, knees up, arms up, legs out at 45 degrees. Five, four, three, two, tuck it into a ball. Woo! That burns. We're going to stretch it all back out. There you go. We're going to do a little stretch before we switch over. It's called a supine twist. We're going to lift up the right, and we're going to kind of rotate the knee in. Take the opposite arm across, grab behind your thigh. This arm's open, and we're going to rotate 45 degrees. And we're going to hold right here. Now extend that leg right there and hold. Bring that leg to center. Take the hands behind the thigh and the hamstrings and hold. Notice how we still have to, our core still has to be flat, or else this would be uncomfortable. And relax. Back down, arms open, left leg lifts up. Rotate the knee in just slightly. Cross over and rotate. We're going to hold here. Focus on your breathing, and then we're going to extend that leg so it's straight. Cleansing breath, come back to center, back fully down, reach and stretch. And we're going to roll over onto our tummy. So now our stomach is supported, and we're going to be working these muscles back here. So the first thing we're going to do is take the arms out into like a Y or a V position. Your head's going to be down. You're going to have to inhale and exhale, and your head's going to be down. You're going to lift the opposite arm and leg, so it's going to be right arm, left leg. Okay? So keep your head down and make sure that you're not full of air when you're lifting, and that your pelvic is tilted forward against the mat. So we're going to do that 10 times. Lift, lower slowly. Lift, lower slow. Very good. Other side. Make sure you take a breath in. Exhale. Tilt the pelvic. Squeeze those glutes. 5 more. All right, very good. Now we're just going to bring the feet together. You're going to make sure your glutes are squeezed and your pelvic is tilted. Head is down, and you're going to do 10 V's. Up and down. And relax. Now bring the palms backwards, pinkies up. Okay, now we're just gonna lift the chest and the head. So we're gonna inhale, exhale, draw up and down. Hand reps. Legs stay flat. Three. Last one. And bring the arms in like you're gonna lay your head down on your hands. Okay, now we're gonna just work the legs. So we're gonna just lift, right, left. 10 times. So set the head down, lift, lift. Last one, and relax. Next up, we're going to lift both legs up, out, in, okay? So you can keep the head forward or down. So inhale, exhale, lift. Squeeze your glutes, out and in, out and in. And relax down. Now we're going to put the arms and the legs together. So we're going to lift up, and we're going to go out, in. Chest stays lifted. Like a belly jumping jack almost. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and rest. One more move here, then we're going to stretch and cool down. Now we're going to do a swimmer. So we're in pretty tight, and we're going to alternate lifting. So you're going to have to exhale, lift everything up, and flutter. Okay? Make sure your palms are down, and you're really tilting that pelvic, squeezing your hips against the mat, and squeezing your glutes. And your legs just naturally lift, okay? So here we go. Inhale, exhale. Tilt the pelvic, squeeze the glutes, lift the chest, and flutter. Swim. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax. You're going to take your arms out into a T. We're going to lift the right leg, and we're going to rotate it over the body into a scorpion stretch. My toe is in the ground behind me. Hips are open. This arm is straight. We're going to hold here for about 30 seconds. And come back in, relax down, and turn your head to the other direction. And you're going to rotate. Back in. We're going to push up into a cobra stretch. Stretch out that front of your core. We're going to push the hips back into a lat stretch. We're going to come up on all fours, and we're going to flex the spine, look up, and extend. I said that backwards. Extend, look up, flex, curl under. Notice how you're doing a pelvic tilt here to create that stretch in your spine. And now our stomach and our back are not connected. So it's a completely different feeling, and it's really hard to hold your core. One more. And we're going to come to kneeling position. We're just going to rock side to side to stretch out the side. And come up, interlock the fingers, hold down. All right. We are all done. What did you think? It says your mic is disabled. Oh.
Great, thank you so much.
You're welcome. So see, those weren't like, we didn't do, maybe we did like 100 reps, but try to really focus on when you're in your bed, doing that elevator breathing, doing the pelvic tilt, and really pay attention to what's going on. And if you're doing anything like this, right, it's going to be harder for you. So I hope you're sore tomorrow, and I thank you for taking this class, okay?
Thank you.